The Pittsburgh Steelers may have secured a future Hall of Famer in Aaron Rodgers for the 2025 season, but the writing on the wall says this is a short-term fix, not a long-term solution. Despite dabbling with dual threat potential by acquiring Justin Fields last year, general manager Omar Khan and head coach Mike Tomlin have yet to make a full commitment to that brand of quarterback play. However, that may be about to change in dramatic fashion. Pro Football Network's early 2026 mock draft is already creating waves by projecting that the Steelers will take South Carolina's LaNorris Sellers with the 19th overall pick, a quarterback who doesn't just bring athleticism to the table, but raw, untapped electricity. For a franchise that's seen its identity revolve around gritty defense and conservative quarterback play in recent years, this move could mark a seismic shift. A dual-threat temptation revisited. The Steelers' flirtation with mobility at quarterback began with the Justin Fields trade in 2024, a bold move, but one that fell short of full commitment. Rather than handing Fields the keys to the offense, the Steelers hedged their bets by bringing in a 41-year-old Rodgers, whose game is built far more on arm talent and experience than athleticism. That decision signaled that Tomlin and Khan weren't quite ready to put the franchise in the hands of a running quarterback. It's worth noting that even during the 2025 NFL Draft, the Steelers passed on Alabama's Jalen Milroe, a tantalizing dual-threat option, despite Tomlin repeatedly expressing admiration for quarterbacks who can create off-schedule and extend plays with their legs. Now, as Rodgers plays out what is likely his final year in black and gold, it's becoming increasingly clear that Pittsburgh may be preparing for a full-scale quarterback evolution. Enter LaNorris Sellers. The potential game-changer Pro Football Network's Jacob Infante made a bold claim when mocking Sellers to Pittsburgh, stating, "Though LaNorris Sellers isn't the consensus QB1 in the 2026 class, he might have the best physical tools of any quarterback in college football." That's not just hype. The numbers back it up. In his first full season as South Carolina's starter, Sellers posted 2,534 passing yards and 18 touchdowns through the air. But where he truly separated himself was on the ground, rushing for 674 yards and 7 touchdowns, turning broken plays into highlights on a weekly basis. His cumulative quarterback rating of 151.9 in 2024 speaks to a player who isn't just a freak athlete. He's got a legitimate command of the position. In an NFL increasingly dominated by quarterbacks who can threaten defenses with both arm and legs, Sellers represents the kind of talent that can completely reshape a franchise's offensive identity. If he takes another step forward in 2025, the buzz could turn into a roar by the time the draft arrives. The Rodgers timeline, a ticking clock in Pittsburgh. Let's face it, Aaron Rodgers is a stopgap, a legendary one sure, but still a temporary patch. The Steelers know this. Rodgers inked a short-term deal and will be 42 by the time the 2026 season kicks off. If Pittsburgh falls short of a Super Bowl yet again, Tomlin may finally pull the trigger on a quarterback who mirrors the modern archetype. Athletic, adaptable, and dangerous with the ball in his hands. The fact that the Steelers are already being linked to a high-upside, dual-threat QB like Sellers is no coincidence. It's a signal. Pittsburgh's brain trust knows it can't afford to fall behind the rest of the league, where quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, and Josh Allen are redefining what it means to lead an offense. Lost in the Rodgers headlines are two names that have quietly faded into the background: rookie Will Howard and veteran Mason Rudolph. Even if the Steelers enter the 2026 season without Rodgers, the assumption is that a first-round pick like Sellers, or another top-tier QB, would leapfrog Howard and Rudolph on the depth chart. At that point, any competition next offseason would be largely performative, with the rookie destined to win out due to draft capital and organizational investment. Tomlin's long-standing fascination with mobile quarterbacks, coupled with the end of the Rodgers era looming, sets the stage for a dramatic quarterback transition in 2026. LaNorris Sellers could very well be the player that ushers in a new era of Steelers football, one built around dynamism, creativity, and firepower. If he continues to shine at South Carolina, don't be surprised if the terrible towels are waving in support of a whole new style of quarterback next fall. Because the question isn't if the Steelers will go dual threat, it's when. And that when may arrive in the form of LaNorris Sellers, ready to change the script in Pittsburgh forever.